Across the continent and beyond, the legacy of the greatly admired South African interior designer Kim Hutton continues in this triple-story home renovation for a working mother of 3. Heading it up has been a design team led by Eerhard Nivout, assisted by Tegan Kilassi.
Oh, hi there guys. Welcome to beautiful Parkview. This is one of our projects that we finished off recently. I'm going to hand you guys over to capable Tegan here while I go finish my video game.
It's fine, go play games while I do all the hard work, it's fine. Hello everyone, so what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a styling of this beautiful entrance hall. We've roughly got about 6 meters by 2.5 meters, and it was quite a narrow entrance hall, so what we wanted to do is we wanted to create the illusion of it being bigger. So one of my favorite items to use to style a space is plants. It brings in a natural element, it brings in a softness, and it just makes any space look beautiful. So another thing that you can do is you can add some beautiful coffee table books. These are some beautiful interior design books that we've got here. And then what you can do is you can add some candles or any sort of decorative items on top just to add some differentiation of height. And then for this corner here, we have these beautiful steel pots. And what we've done here is we've gotten these sort of cotton balls, and it just adds to the space like that. And then we've got this sort of empty space at the bottom. So one of the ways that we like to fill empty space like this is you can put the baskets, and then you can put blankets in these baskets, you can put books, and it just adds interest and texture and character.
While the client wanted a zen home with a focus on natural materials and a sense of being close to the earth, she made sure it's not a show house where children must walk on eggshells.
This space itself, as you can see, is the teenage pad. It's a bit of a playroom for the kids. Now, a lot of the homes on the hill here had a theatre, and this was a theatre room, but we didn't need one in this space. The client didn't want it. She wanted a nice space where the kids can kick back and relax with their friends, where they can sleep over if they want to, or sit and play some games or watch a movie. But at the same time, with it having the edge it's got and the comfort to it, we needed to link it back. So there's a couple of elements in this room that you'll see that links back to everything else in the house. The chic finishes to the furniture we've got here. Comfort yet refinement. The colors that link back, and then the natural old floor that was in this house, the existing one, which we finished again and polished up so that it ties back to the rest of the space.
The best surprise is this triple volume staircase, which even the best film set designers would be proud of.
Okay, well here we are in one of my favorite, but one of the most challenging spaces in this house, which is this massive triple volume light wall that actually runs through the whole house, all 3 floors. Now this house has been built onto over the years, and when we got the project and we had to add on the next addition, this what used to be an outside is now on the inside and actually links it all together. Now we needed to make a feature of it. But as you can see, there's this massive natural rock that the house is built on that sits in the middle of this. And we spent countless days trying to figure out how to bring this together. We were looking at artworks, we were looking at graffiti, until we ended up coming up with this beautiful chevron style timber cladding that runs all the way to the top and kind of invites the light all the way down to the bottom of the space itself.
These rose quartz healing crystals, known as a stone of unconditional love, have been embedded beneath all doors and windows.
So here we are on the main living floor of the house. So we wanted to walk into a space, be greeted by all this natural air, and then have a dining space where she could entertain all her friends and family. It's quite a large family. And that forced us to come up with some custom pieces for this home. So most of the pieces in this home is custom. So they all tie back to that look and feel we went for, the natural elements from the levers, the steels, the timbers, all linking together, creating this cohesive feel. And then when last did you see a bit of a piano room off a living space? I mean, I had to place this because I'm a maestro at it. Actually, no, I'm joking. I can't play at all, but our client's pretty good at it. So we just had to make a bit of a centerpiece. This beautiful piano is something that you love to see, but it also just brings a bit of old world charm into this more modern contemporary space. And I feel like it shakes hands and ties it all together. Let me show you a peek into the private getaway of the client as well, somewhere where she can get away from the noise and do her thing. When you walk into the space, we wanted to create a bit of a quiet, calming haven. You know, she's got a busy life. It's the kids, it's the family, and then her own business, but somewhere where she could close the doors, read a book, relax, and enjoy this beautiful home that she's got.
While the owner is an art collector, natural forms in wood and stone are as revered as art or designer features and finishes.
So as with any modern home, TV room is important. A nice space to lounge for the family to get together at night. And what's better than mom cooking and the kids sitting and watching a bit of a TV? And I had to design something really comfortable for that. And we went for a custom designed U-shaped sofa because it's quite an expansive space that with no boundaries to the kitchen. The back of the sofa actually kind of creates a partition that's natural and visual without blocking the space. Then another one of my personal favorites is the kitchen. This kitchen just complements this living space so beautifully. So we tried something a bit bolder with some navy blue cupboards, complemented with white marble tops, and then a nod to the architecture and the era this house was built in, with some Art Deco elements and details throughout. Just linking it all together, just subtly talking about where this house comes from. The kitchen's kitted with all the modern appliances you could think of, and literally with the press of a button, you can just stand here and start cooking.
The tall cabinetry with its brass hardware lends stature, while the natural floors keep it from being too formal. For most of the year, though, they can live outdoors.
When your house has spectacular views like this one does, you have to utilize every outdoor space that you can. So with patios tending to be boring in general, we wanted to create something that's special and feels like it's part of the home. We wanted to bring in some personal tastes of the homeowner specifically, as it's related to outdoor areas, such as natural timber pieces throughout Africa that's got a bit of a story and uniqueness to it. This all grouped together creates a lovely space where the whole family can sit and enjoy the outdoor sun, some sundowners, and even a little dip in the pool. So with the main pool being downstairs, we wanted to bring in a little swimming area up here. So what's better than having a second pool upstairs? It cascades down to the main pool, creating a water feature at the same time.
The penguins look ever ready for a dip, and the upstairs pool is just steps away from any bedroom in the house.
So the brief for the kids' bedrooms were very different to the rest of the house. We had to take their personal taste into account. So we sat down and had a brief with each of them. And they're quite opposing. For the daughter's bedroom, we've got a very light, bright and airy bedroom versus the son's bedrooms, which is quite dark and masculine. Now, personally, as a teenage boy, I would have loved to have had a nice masculine room like this, well designed with details, still refined, but a space where I could retreat and that spoke to my own personality. So in the daughter's room, there was a very specific list of items we had to incorporate into the design. Things she's always wanted in her dream room. For instance, this green velvet couch is something she's always dreamed of. And what would go better with a green velvet couch than a fluffy white rug? A Hollywood mirror, that's every teenage girl's dream. We had to get that made, designed and specially installed. And then the most important part is a very special piece to her and her dad. It's the photograph of Muhammad Ali behind me. She wanted it in her room specifically because she feels it's something that motivates her every day.
The white walls, linen and design features reflect the high-felt light, bringing any color to vibrant life, and nowhere is the light better used than one flight up.
So here we are up on the top floor of the home. Of the 3 stories, the top end is for the king and the queen, the main bedroom itself. This is where the homeowner spends her nights, sleeps, and we wanted to create a bit of a calming space. Something light, airy and bright. Capitalize on the views, the high ceiling heights. We opted for the light white background color and then soft textured elements throughout, just creating a very calming space for her. And then this being her space, we needed some special key pieces that would relate to her. So from the textured sofa with beautiful rattan inlays to a custom bench we had made. Well, we actually, funny story, had to beat it up with chains and knock it and damage it as much as possible so it actually looked aged.
Yeah.
And it turned out quite spectacular, I think.
Zen is as Zen does, and the owner actively practices the mindfulness this space was designed for.
Spirituality is very important to the client. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to create sort of a meditation altar for her, where she can do yoga in front of or where she can meditate. So what we did is we took another piece of the reclaimed timber like what we had downstairs before, and we created a bench for her where she can do her yoga, where she can meditate, and where she can just have a spiritual experience. And yeah.
And for complete surrender, sink into the ensuite bath and private garden, or take an outdoor shower against a giant lily pond mural, beckoning you in. Earhart and Tegan's client must be a very happy woman.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, guys. It was a pleasure showing you guys around this beautiful project we worked on, and I hope it was informative on some of the tips that we gave you guys. Use it in your spaces and see if you can make your own beautiful homes.
Thank you, guys.
Where Eastern design and spiritualism meets the spectacle of the great forest city of Joburg, one family have struck just the right balance.
Get more of the Insider SA online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider SA. Watch the show Monday evenings at 5:30. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.